Good evening, and thank you for joining us. Not the best news for our local boy, Moses.
No. When things get worse, they continue to get worse for Scott Manners and Team Saskatchewan. Looking to get something this afternoon. We'll have plenty of highlights coming up in sports. And
Gerard, not too bad of a day today. It is pretty icy out there, though. That's what I noticed.
Yeah, the warming up, the cooling off.
Yeah.
I've been checking out even the sidewalks in some areas. Yeah, you're right. Some icy patches there, so I can well imagine for road conditions as well. But we are warming up generally, and I'm not going to throw caution to the wind because the truth is we just haven't had the amount of moisture that we need on the prairies for agriculture purposes. And that may take a toll on us later on in the year. We'll see how spring goes, whether we get some spring rain or not, but we certainly need all the moisture we can get. Let's have a look at it here. We did get a little bit this morning, and we're at -2 at the moment as we are down. Well, we're staying at that temperature since about 3 o'clock this afternoon, actually. 57% is that humidity. The wind's out of the west and gusting at times during the course of the day into the 30s, and the wind chill reading went from a -20 in the morning up to about a -9, and now it's at -8. As you compare it across the region, 0 in Cold Lake and area, and as well, they've had some more sunshine today for the Battlefords. Some snowy patches similar to what we had earlier on in the morning, and the wind chill reading moving there from -17 to -7. We got some cloud cover, some precipitation to talk about, and we'll deal with that a little later in the cast.
A fatal crash on Highway 16 is continuing to clog traffic. Police say 2 pickup trucks collided just west of Elk Island National Park earlier this afternoon. The accident claimed 2 lives, a man and a woman. A 3rd victim was uninjured. The highway is open to single-lane traffic in both directions, but is still causing major delays. Police say alcohol does not appear to be a factor. A Battleford's MLA, Herb Cox, is speaking out about his recent health troubles. Cox was diagnosed with bone cancer days after winning a seat in last fall's provincial election, a position he worked hard for the past 8 years. After meeting with Premier Brad Wall, it's been decided he will continue as MLA during treatment. His cancer is in the earliest stage, and Cox will be getting a stem cell transplant later this spring. Well, earlier in the week, a stop work order was issued for the demolition of older wings of the Dr. Cook Extended Care Centre. This after years of back and forth between the Prairie North Health Region and a group of Lloydminster residents. Speaking with Newcap News, the Prairie North Health Region says the order will be respected.
Alberta Infrastructure has made that announcement. They're the owners of the building. Prairie North Health Region operates out of that building under an agreement with Alberta Health Services.
Its goal all along has been to provide the best possible service for Lloydminster seniors, and they're looking at ways and other options.
What we want to share with the community is that we are excited to work with our partners on the Alberta side, and that we'll listen to the input, and once decisions are made, we'll work with them on planning our service delivery.
Alberta Infrastructure is planning a walkthrough of the facility, but a date has yet to be set. Well, Canadians are becoming more aware of pharmacists' role in the delivery of frontline health care. Elise Cox explains how they're being affected here in the border city.
Recent studies have shown that 96% of Canadians believe doctor-pharmacist relationships are important. And here in the border city, this relationship is more critical than ever.
Unfortunately, there are quite a few patients who do have difficulty seeing a family doctor. It's not just Lloydminster, though, unfortunately. It is all throughout the province. We certainly will see issues here in Lloydminster just because the physicians are so busy. They're so overworked just because there's not enough of them to help out with a number of people.
The study shows more Canadians are turning to pharmacists for health issues beyond the prescriptions they're picking up.
We'll have people who will come in that, have questions or concerns because they can't see their family doctor. It can be totally unrelated to anything else that we might be dealing with, and it's just because they're worried or they have concerns about themselves or somebody else.
They see the patient first, and the patient may have some questions that they haven't asked the doctor that the pharmacist can answer if he has the ability to do so.
And pharmacists are able to take some of the pressure off physicians.
In terms of patient counseling, they offer a great role. There's no two ways about that.
I think by people coming in with the physician shortage and the extra questions and extra people we're seeing, they hopefully are starting to recognize that, yeah, like we certainly do a very valuable service, and we hope that, you know, the public does appreciate what we're trying to do to help them out.
72% of those surveyed said they turn to their pharmacists for their health issues. Elise Cox, Newcap News.
Tainted ecstasy has made its way into Saskatchewan, killing a 46-year-old man from Moose Jaw. Saskatchewan's chief coroner has confirmed the ecstasy contained PMMA, the deadly drug that's been linked to multiple deaths in BC and Alberta. He says it's important to get the message out that the deadly drug has trickled into the province. Ecstasy itself can be lethal, but when laced with PMMA, that risk skyrockets. Officials say there is no way to tell if MDMA or ecstasy contains PMMA before it's been taken. Well, it's a hushed subject, but the Canadian Cancer Society is hoping to break the mold. March is Colon Cancer Awareness Month, and the Society is encouraging you to get screened. Carrie McCullough explains that this cancer has quickly become very common, and everyone needs to learn more for prevention.
Colorectal cancer is the third most commonly diagnosed cancer for men and women in Canada. Most cases occur in people over the age of 50, but it's possible to develop it at a younger age.
One of the most important things, of course, is screening. If you're over 50, you should be screened. If you're under 50 and have any family history of colorectal cancer, please talk to your doctor.
The Canadian Cancer Society hopes Colon Cancer Awareness Month brings the information and prevention that is needed. Also, to break the stigma that screening is always invasive.
Keeping in mind that initial screening can be a very simple, non-invasive procedure that you can do in your own home.
There are many different symptoms of colon cancer and a number of different prevention methods listed at www.cancer.ca. There is always support needed, and if you are looking to get involved...
Our office is open here in Lloydminster Monday to Friday, 9 to 5 kind of thing, and anyone's welcome to come down anytime for information, to make a donation.
Carrie McCullough, Newcap News.
Bowl for Kids' Sake kicks off this Saturday. The annual event is hosted by Big Brothers Big Sisters of Lloydminster, with teams hitting the lanes to raise money for local kids in need. William Robertson brings us that story.
The Big Brothers Big Sisters of Lloydminster will get a helping hand this weekend as bowlers take to the lanes to raise money for the charity. They are still looking for teams to participate.
We take registrations right up until the last day. Bowling is Saturday, so people ideally would need to get their registrations into us probably by Friday at noon, just so that we could organize and get them a spot and everything like that. As long as they're able to raise the $50 minimum pledge per person to bowl, they can register up to the last minute.
Participants help the foundation, all while having a good time with friends and co-workers.
I would just tell them it's a lot of fun. You come, you collect the pledges, then you come, and basically you're just bowling and having fun with your friends. We do have a room open upstairs where you can have kind of a social gathering. There'll be refreshments and stuff up there. We provide snacks throughout the event.
At Newcap News, a group is getting into the spirit of the theme, Let the Games Begin.
I can't really say what our costumes are going to be. I don't want to give away the surprise, but we are dressing up and we're going all out, and we're all really excited because it's supporting Big Brothers Big Sisters. So
all pledges will help the foundation with funding in order to help kids reach their full potential. William Robertson, Newcap News.
Kayla joins us on the desk now with a look at what's going to be happening on around the region tonight. And just like that Bowl for Kids' Sake story we saw, you have the extended version later tonight. Looking forward to it.
Yep, definitely. Saturday is going to be huge. It's a fun event. We are emceeing it, so it's going to be a blast for us as well. And I have the extended preview as well coming up on the show tonight. I talk with Juno award-winning country musician Clayton Bellamy. He's originally from Bonnyville, and he took his big dreams all the way from Bonnyville to Nashville as a member of the Roadhammers, and now he's encouraging local students to reach for their dreams. And of course, the Kinsman Telemiracle 36 took place last weekend, and I get to meet a local woman who organized a fundraiser in the border city to give back to the charity, which means so much to her and her family. I have a recap of the Pride of the Prairies Bull Show and Sale, which reached some of the highest numbers in years, both in attendance and sale prices. And we'll see what both Premier Alison Redford and Wild Rose leader Danielle Smith have to say about Alberta's future on Around the Region tonight at 7:30.
Sounds like a jam-packed show.
Definitely, always.
Be sure to tune in. We'll be back with more right after this.